Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the third day of our international conference. Our past 2 days, we have a insightful discussion on the positive psychology and parenting from our esteemed speakers. Our today's agenda, as you know, the just little bit change is there. The first speaker, Dr. Shubharshi Banmali, and in the second session, Dr. Abhijit Pandit is going to deliver a lecture. Uh, in this third day, I s- welcome Dr. Radhika from UAE, Dr. Parimal sir from Badodara, MS University, Badodara, and our principal Dr. Gurunath Fagre sir, Kisanvir Mahavidyalaya Vai Maharashtra, and Dr. Rupali Sharma, Amity University, Noida. So let us go start today's first session. I, Professor Dr. Anand Gorpade, on behalf of Mindcraft, Kisanvir Mahavidyalaya Vai, Maharashtra, and EQ for Peace worldwide, welcome you all once again. Our first session speaker, I just introduce Dr. Shubharshi Vanmali. The topic, today's topic, positive parenting, a strength-based approach. She is a professor and head department of psychology, Madras School of Social Work, Chennai. I give the brief introduction about her work in the field of education. She has more than 20 years of teaching experience for UG and PG student of psychology. She is in the field of research at national level more than 20 years. Also, she is interested for teaching and counseling 18 years at national and state level. Dr. Shubharshi ma'am experienced in the teaching all the areas of psychology and counseling. Uh, see, please, ma'am, we are eagerly waiting for your valuable insights. Uh, the mic over to the you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for the introduction. A warm good evening to one and all present here. And I'm indeed very happy to connect you all over the online. After a long time, I'm coming to Zoom. And my friend, a good friend of, all of us, Red Pond Academy and Yellow Pond, and Dr. Nambudri is very, very, um, very cooperative and close to us. And he has invited me to deliver this speech. I'm thankful to him. And this platform, I'm really happy to share the topic, the positive parenting, a strength-based approach. It's a very important topic nowadays. Am I sharing the screen? Is it visible?
Yes, 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 ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank you. So we
just
all
make a
know that
slideshow.
yeah, if I make a slideshow, probably it may not. I'll try. Is it
Yes,
fine?
Yes,
yes, ma'am.
yes,
Yes, fine.
Is it moving?
Fine. Full screen,
yes,
full screen.
yes.
Yes.
Moving, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah. So, positive parenting, we all know that parenting and the significance of parenting, we all deny because we all are here only because of the parents here. I think we all must know the importance of positive psychology. It is emerged out of an experiment, learned helplessness experiment. Martin Seligman was conducting, and when he was exploring that, he came to know that how important it is to work on positive and optimism. If something could be learned as an something learned helplessness, there is something learned optimism also. So that is the crux of the entire positive psychology emergence. So if you really think of parenting also, earlier the approach was more of an style oriented, and especially there was a lot of compliance or a problem centric approach. And when I really read a lot of literature, there is much of an parenting are much focused on the do's and don'ts of the parenting rather than what need to be done. So positive parenting is one of the paradigm shift took place. It focused more on the positives, that is the strength, how it emphasized the the importance of the child's strength and also talents, positive behavior, rather than consistently criticizing or punishing. So it is basically a reinforcement technique only, but focusing on the strength rather than the other aspects. And it is very very effective when it comes to the relationship building and also attachment building, because it is very warm and very responsive in the relationship. Both share the same kind of a platform when it comes to parent or the child, and it fosters a very strong bonding. It nurture bonding, it builds the trust, and it also emphasize much on the empathy, and there is a mutual respect for each other. So that is the strength of positive parenting. And it has the intricacies of effective communication inbuilt. And we all know that how important the communication dynamics when it comes to parenting, when it comes to family. So communication within the working on the strength based is positive parenting, that is actively listening and validating their feelings and being open for their thoughts and opinion, and open-ended questions encouraging them to self-expressions rather than putting on them on a nutshell of your own thoughts and beliefs. And there is a lot of exploration in their own lives, so they are able to express more groundedness in their family. And the other one is about in the strength based is modeling and desired behavior. Instead of insisting them, you have to do this, you have to follow this, you have to follow the pattern of that. That is more of controlling, isn't it? So instead of that, we are taking more of a modeling, like the social cognitive theory of Bandura says, the modeling is a very essential aspect in the children's behavior development. So modeling, the parents are demonstrating what kind of an attitude, what kind of an behavior they desire from the child instead of giving them instructions. And the other one is about the very, very good essence of positive parenting is guided autonomy. It provides a structure, it provides a definite boundaries and also guides them to allow them to explore on their age appropriate responsibility, age appropriate independence, age appropriate decision making is being provided for the child. So it is essential for the child to make its own choices at a very early ages, so that they are tuned for decision making when they come to a 10th standard to decide about their career. But all of a sudden, if we introduce them to decision making, it becomes very, very difficult for them. And then discipline with empathy. Empathy is very essential. Positive disciplines focuses much on teaching, problem solving, and also making them aware of the natural consequences of their behavior, making them know what is the other side of the coin. You need to take an informed decision. That is the most essential thing parents has to do. Instead of instructing them not to do this and you have to do this, I will punish for this. Instead of that, making them aware of the consequences is very essential. And the other important aspect is fostering resilience. So we want all our children to do the best, and they should be always a success in life. And there shouldn't be any fall or failure. We guard them like anything. Most of the parents also. What happens in the due course, they are unable to bear the failure. And not even the failure is big term, it folded down immediately and find it very difficult to adjust and cope with such kind of an turbulence. Or so helping the children to cope with the skills and self-regulation, having a growth-oriented mind and able to build hope and build its trust by their own relationship at their level. That is most important. Even there is a challenging situation, navigating them with this strength is very essential. And then celebrating milestones. This is one thing which we need to really understand. Positive parenting recognize.
Sorry for the PPT is not moving. Same PPT or?
Yeah, I have not. I was introducing
Okay,
this
okay.
concept
Okay,
only.
okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Okay.
Now
Okay.
it is moving.
Okay.
Yeah. And celebrating milestones are something positive parents recognize, celebrate their children's progress, achievements, and then their efforts also. No matter whether it is successful or failure, their efforts need to be recognized. It's okay, you have put an heart, and soul into that particular work, and you have also done an hard work. I recognize the hard work and your efforts rather than the consequences, what is meant. So he has been gaining good marks or bad marks, that is a different story, because we all parents are very much stuck with the marks. We psychologists talk much about mark is not the only thing, but we all are also ending up with that. So we need to understand whether he is becoming skillful, whether he is learning the concepts, whether he is able to do an original work, whether he is able to accomplish something which is on his own. All these are very essentials, because those are the things which going to make them to sustain in the industry, isn't it? And this is a very essential thing I felt. And then adaptability. Positive parenting approaches a lot of flexibility, responsiveness, and changing is becoming a very essential part of that. The needs in the child, probably the challenges in the family setting, the dynamics are changing. They are able to, immediately accommodate and adjust themselves. These are the things which we need to really focus in the positive parenting and promoting well-being. Ultimately, promoting well-being and giving a nurturing environment for them to grow. So this particular parenting supports brings an overall emotional, social, cognitive development in the child, and also attachment styles. So focusing this strength, foster them in nurturing. So it has basically, positive parenting has approaches and addressing the challenges. One is about the very essential thing which I have told, I have put it in a nutshell: sensitizing them, creating awareness, role modeling, being a model for them, monitoring them, and not dictating them, rather monitoring them, giving them their own space to work on, nurturing, providing them an encouraging environment, and then addressing the challenges, behavior, how the actions create in consequences. It may be an kind of an no adverse consequences, or it may be favorable also. We need to make them understand emotions, feeling, how it is going to affect you and affect others, how you need to regulate that, and cognitions, how it is going to be monitored, restructured to create a positive and optimistic thought process. These are the things which we focus in the positive parenting. To make you very clear on these aspects, is the slides are moving? Hope the slides are moving,
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Nambudiri.
Yes.
Thank you.
No,
So
it's still in, I'm sorry.
positive parenting,
I'm sorry. It's still
the
in what is
children need
positive
to be
parenting.
treated with respect. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
actually
hello.
the next slide I have come to, do's and
Yeah.
don'ts. Is it
No,
visible?
it's not
Yeah.
visible, Subhashri. Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
visible to me,
So
ma'am.
in that,
Yeah, it is positive parenting do's and don'ts still there.
Yeah, it's visible.
Now
Yeah.
definition of positive
Yeah.
parenting.
yeah,
Yeah.
do's and don'ts only.
Do's and
Earlier
okay.
slide is different, approach and
Yeah,
addressing.
yeah.
This is
Thank
do's
you.
and don'ts.
Thank you. It's visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it this emphasize the relationship, and it's a model. It's a new model derived out of a lot of researchers over the decades. The positive parenting research has been done, and that has resulted in very, very, very effectively. So the relationship, the communication, and how the children are being treated, these are the crux in the positive parenting. So positive parenting is about nurturing the relationship between the parent and child. There are certain do's and don'ts. Respecting them, emphasize the relationship. A relationship in a long run, it is important how relationship need be nurtured, how relationship has to be valued, how relationship is being, can be sustained in a healthy way. All these need to be modeled to the child. And then teach communication skills, the dynamics, the transactions. So we all must know how to talk to a child, how to age appropriately talk them, and when the child become an adolescent, how to treat them at par, and when he become an adult, how to give them in respect to get his opinion. This is most important. And nurturing the positive traits. For example, the child has and some of the traits which are exemplary in nature, need to nurture it more, strengthening it more. And the don'ts are punishing and then verbally abusing or emotional abuse or any kind of an abuse and controlling. These are the things which we don't use it in the positive parenting. So the definitions we have seen, it nutshell is having and providing a space for them, safe space, providing and freedom, providing and respect, and then nurturing them to develop the healthy habits. And it is also caring, it is teaching because we give a lot of guidelines for them, and it is unconditional positive regard and love is present. No matter you are an a successful person, or no matter you are in first mark holder, no matter you are in this or that, you have been regarded for the human you are. That is the the humanistic principles of Carl Rogers need to be taken. And then the learner interest need to be counted and communicating very effectively with them. These are the essential traits, the qualities we need to work on when it comes to the positive parenting. And I know there is a lot of definitions on that. Non-violence is one of the very essential, important ingredient in this positive parenting. So components, it is safety, it's a safe space, and it provides a lot of care and love and care. And then also there's a control, which is a monitoring of rather than an authoritarian control. And it also gives a lot of stimulation for the intellectual because they have been given an original thinking patterns have been regarded, their ideas have been valued, their decision making has been considered. So this is a very essential aspect. So when it comes to effective parenting and also attentive parenting, these four components are consisting of the positive thing. So the parenting may be very effective, but if it is not consistent, it's when the authoritarian parenting. So inconsistent parenting is also very difficult to manage. They will become very, very unpredictable. The children will become very, very perplexed, and they may not know what kind of an reaction they will get it from their parents. And the other one is about consistency is also not just enough. Active parenting. So not just leading the child to overtake. You are actually guiding them, helping them, making them an informed choice, and helping them in the journey. There is a term called nudging. You become the part of the entire decision-making process. You are involving yourself, but you are allowing the other person to take the decision. That nudging need to be taken place. So, and the other one is about the attentive parenting, monitoring them, paying attention, being with them when there is a need, when they feel like you are available for them. This is the most essential thing when it comes to. So, when you have been successful in this, first one is about responding. When the child is in a need of your response, that is the primary thing you need to do. Empathy, unconditional positive regard. Why are you like this? What happens? What makes you to feel like that? Expressing their, they should feel very safe to express what kind of an emotions they are going through. It may be dejection, it may be anything, but expressing that is very important. Identifying and expressing that kind of an zone we have to provide them, and then preventing. If there isn't anything going to happen against to the norms of the family, against to the well-being of the child, how can I prevent it? Very positively looking at that. And then monitoring. I would have given them a guidance, but monitoring is very essential. Make sure the child is actually along with us in the journey. And then, mentoring, not just monitoring is required, mentoring also required. You have 100 ideas to come over that because of your experience, but the child is very, very early for those experience, making them one by one and giving them an examples and giving them in kind of an understanding about how it is needed. That is most important. So mentoring is essential. And then modeling. Modeling is we become the person what we are looking from the child. So we are wanting a optimistic person. You become an optimistic parent first. You look all the goodness in everything, not looking for mistakes, not always criticizing them. So instead of that, you become a person who are looking for good deeds and appreciating. This is the most important efficient training one parent required for successful parenting. So responding to your child in an appropriate manner is required. So one is about not overdoing and also not undernourished. Taking in the right appropriate, that is a subtle line. You have to draw boundaries. You might be knowing it after a point of time, how you can actually not reacting, instead of that responding, not overdoing. And if the child is doing attention seeking, you must be aware of it, and you have to really give them a kind of an understanding. This is not an appropriate behavior. You cannot seek my attention in an unhealthy way. So you have to really talk to them about that. Preventing risky behavior or going to happen. This may happen. Please be aware of it. This, if this happens also, please think about this and bounce back. That is also, sometimes the child may not follow your, they wanted to be in an explorative stage, they wanted to go through that process, let them go, but you are always, there is a safeguard for them to bounce back. And monitoring the kind, the children's contact with his or her surrounding world, how it is being, whether he is into, mobile addiction, or he is into digital world, or he is watching something unpleasant for his age, and is that he is doing a lot of gaming. All that is monitoring is required when the child is in the contact of Sarah. This is very essential. Also, when he is relating with people, how he is communicating, how he is actually, is that he is over dominating, is that he is very pleasant, or he is very submissive. All that we need to monitor and give them direction. Assertiveness training is very essential. And then mentoring. Here it comes to support, encourage desired behavior. Desired behavior, when there is something good is happening, quality is being expressed, and the characteristics which is being valued by the family and you, then you need to be acknowledged, validated immediately. So it is strengthening. So that is the most essential thing. And then modeling. Your own behavior, provide consistent, positive example for the child. Being what, as Gandhiji says, you become the part of the change. The change, what you want to become, you prepare. And the traits of positive parenting, you all know that: sensitive and responsive, authoritative parenting, permissive parenting, authoritarian and uninvolved parenting. The structure, take each one's essential thing. If you are authoritarian parenting or demanding very high and expectations are high, and if it is uninvolved parenting, inconsistency is high and boundaries are very rigid. So instead of that, you need to really look into an authoritative parenting where the sensitive and responsiveness is shared equally. There is a nurturing environment. So traits of positive parenting, it involve guiding, leading, teaching, caring, empowering. In a nutshell, I am giving nurturing and sensitive to the child's need and very sensitive to their feelings and emotions. And it is very consistent over the period of time, and always non-violent, not involving any violent behavior, either emotional or physical abuse. And providing an open communication. The child must come to you and talk, even if the child does any mistake, would be able to come and approach you without any fear. That's the most important thing. And provides affection. Affection is the one of the very, very conducive, nurturing environment for the child to come and bounce back. And emotional security, if the emotions are very, very, and even anger need to be acknowledged. You have been very angry, I can understand, I'll talk to you later. So acknowledging those kind of an emotions are also important. Instead of saying at no, you are a very small age, at this age you are getting angry so much, it is not appropriate, giving them a kind of a shut signal. Instead of that, emoting properly for that situation is very essential. But making it very essentially communicating that anger in a very healthy way, not hurting others. It's very important. And emotionally providing warmth, unconditional love, and then encouraging the positive behavior, and respect the child development stage. So the each child has an age appropriate developmental milestones which need to be understood. And also, when they are later on developing themselves as an adult, adolescence and adulthood also, age appropriate developmental needs need to be taken care. Privacy for them, expressing the kind of an affection in a very appropriate manner. All these is required. And accomplishments, rewarding the accomplishments in a very appropriate way. Setting boundaries are very essential with your time, with your communication, with your physical, with your social, emotional, all the boundaries need, even financial boundaries need to be taught to them. You cannot take financial and consensus what is required. Such kind of boundaries need to be set. And it shows empathy for the child's feeling is very essential for the bonding. And this is the best, supports the child's best needs. The interest of the child need to be taken care and nurture it. It may be useful. You may think that I am teaching them this particular skill, now drawing, how it is going to be useful for him in his, academics. Don't think that. There is an hemispheric development takes place, and there is a coordination of, the right and left hemisphere. So make use of all the interest in a early years, introduce them so that they are deviated. So with this, making them understand certain, behavior which can be easy, and also the child can understand and how they can do it without any harm, and without, easy steps. They can, deep breathing and remembering adults, and then thinking of how they need to take care of themselves over the period of time, and also imagining and hearing the child's. These are mindful techniques, making them understand the early age makes their attention span very, 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 very apt. And also they are able to try to feel better, not to react, and also able to, build their resilience very well. So, and when they are actually, in a very cranky or something, giving them a break and making them understand is also essential. Instead of putting them a lot of pressures, give them some kind of a break and make them understand. And if, providing a friendship is very essential at a very early age. Nurture their friendship. If they are with friendly with someone, nurture them. And if the friends are positive or negative, that and all, it's, and, the next step to look into monitoring. But when they are relating with, they find it very difficult to socialize. Make them understand how important for them to, socialize, how you can build the rapport, how you can talk, how you can commonly build something, and asking for help. And all these are very, very essential need at that early stage, because the psychosocial development of the child is very essential for them to build a very positive personality. And these are the small tips for them to look into. So positive parenting is a very great solution. That too, with nowadays essentially needed, with lot of negative, stimulus present, either in media or in social media, or you call it anything out, around us. Also, there is a lot of things are taking place, and nurturing them in a strength-based approach is very essential for all of us to practice as parents, as an, a responsible academicians and counseling psychologists or psychologists and professionals wherever you are. So with this note, I'm concluding my note. The other speaker also has, waiting. Thank you so much for the opportunity provided. If there is any doubts or an interaction or any kind of an inputs, I'm open for it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Subhashri. It was in order and it's a great insight for all of us. And one thing I would like to know regarding this risky behavior, no? I would like to know a few more. Any
Yeah.
samples? Yeah.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, the risky behavior is something which is actually, I'll tell you, there is a lot of risky behavior now with early children itself, early childhood itself, because they are much into gadgets nowadays.
Yes.
They are very, young age itself. They don't know what kind of a video they are watching. So you might be knowing the Bobo doll experiment of Bandura. It's old age. It is an, old one, but still I would like to mention that it is prevalent. No, seeing a lot of aggressive movies, seeing a lot of aggressive scenes, child becomes very cranky and very aggressive at a very early ages. And this may lead, if we are not addressed at a very early age. I'm taking one tip example. At a very early age, if we don't take it, it becomes a very important, it becomes part of their personality. It is okay to hit other. It is okay if my rights have to be taken care. I can actually violate anybody's right. It becomes very casual for them. So nowadays, I would like to mention when it comes to this, the movies, there are a lot of gray heroes are there. You would have seen that. Gray heroes means the heroes become very right royally using all the gun and other things to prevent or protect or something. They become an anti-social, but they will at the end they will say that they're saving world, saving the people. What happens? The entire episode is so violent. They learn that, and at the end they could change, in a one bit and then show that it is a good for people. It may not be actually registered that age. So the particular person who's I'm actually like an hero is doing like this. It becomes a very easy job for them to take it very. And this is very essential for all of us. And gaming. And then very young age, if people have been given, there is a lot of as psychologists, early ages, we need to have a concept formation by touching. All organs need to be stimulated. They're actually losing the finger dexterity and other aspects. So the motor development, I'm going beyond, but there are a lot of things which we need to take care. Even very early ages now, the drugs are prevalent in schools itself. So which is a very high risk behavior we need to take care, because in the brain, there is no brake system is, developed for them. It is only exploration stage. They just use it. Sometimes they may not be able to control it. So these are the things I mentioned about risky behavior, madam.
Preventing, no? The preventing the positive parenting. Suppose these type of risky behavior, even they get it from genetically or they learn from their adult. So here, the role of the parent to prevent this risky behavior in the early childhood stage means I would like to know the age or anything you suggest how to prevent this.
Madam, actually, there is no genetically, there are genes when it comes to, substance abuse, there may be genes genes are there, but it may not be predominant unless there is a connect with the environment. So this and kind of exposure to them. For example, at the family, there is a drinking behavior, very casually drink at home. Then it may actually develop them because there is a modeling. There is a stimulus present with them that it is okay to
Yes,
drink.
yes, I
It
got
is
it. I
okay
got
to
it.
normalized. So at the early stage when they start, there is no brake system in your brain. So into addict very quickly. So that's what I meant to. So preventing is you become a model. What kind of a desired change you are looking at the child right from the beginning, you earn the right to ask from the child.
Thank you. Thank you
Am I
so
clear?
much. Thank you. Yeah.
Participant, any more questions?
Excuse me, madam, you are explained that the parents should be aware of
Sir, sound is very low.
that. Parents should
Sir,
not be
sound
moving.
is very low.
Hello?
Sound is very low.
Sir, I got that a doubt that when early stages, we can stop by stopping the action of the child or just jump over them.
Actually, I'm not getting the question properly. I assume and answer. Okay. The thing is, stopping the action of the child may be offensive for the child, not to explore what is that, but giving them the consequences important. For example, if they are going to pick the candle or something, you are thinking as a parent protectively, it may spill in there, the hot the candle which is melting may pour on the child's fingers, it may burn them. So all that, giving them an idea of what is that, how it is, that sensation, that experimentation is little needed for the child to understand. You prevent everything, so you make the entire floor is error free or and challenge free for them. When there is a challenge, they find it very difficult to face it. So it is okay to explore, but give them a consequences. See, if you hold it, it is okay. Hold it pakka with this holder or something. Otherwise, it may spell down in your hand and it may create an hurt. So give them a direction rather than preventing them to act upon. I'm giving you an example.
So
Okay.
suggestion
Ma'am,
of the prevention is
that
not
is
good.
older say.
We can't say anything to
Yeah,
child
give
about the
suggestions, give suggestions. Yeah, child,
hmm,
that is actually psychoeducation. No, we give them,
hmm,
these are the things you are in front of it. This is what is it will happen, and this is the nature of the fire. All that you are exploring that, making them understand first. Without that, you don't even allow the child go to near the candle and don't even, operate it. All that becomes an. So I have a friend who has asked, has given in freedom to even light the candle. How to light a candle? She will teach him rather than making him understand how to use it, how to burn the candle, and then put the lid into the dustbin. All that she has given at guidelines. That makes them more, educated rather than using it very in a wrong way.
yeah, yeah, I understand. Okay, sir. So there is no any question from participants?
Madam, I have
Excuse
to say
me.
that a 14-year boy,
Hi.
he is using the mobile continuously without taking food. How parents should approach them, such kind students?
Excuse me.
And when interaction is there, hello?
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Dr. Jagtap
First
on
of all,
behalf of
14 years
Professor.
why he has been given a mobile to use so long?
Dr. Jagtap, 1 minute. Huh? Yes, sir.
Okay.
Uh, yes, ma'am. Please
Hello?
give the answer.
Yeah, hello? Yes, that 14-year boy is continuously using it. How the
Can I answer
parents
this
can
question first and
prevent?
then can I attend? Yeah. The thing is, 14 years, can I give the answer for that? If we have to understand whether it is actually an no addiction of the child. If it is an addiction, then we need to actually take them for a psychologist help. Not just a parent can do it, because they need to be taught some of the behavioral modification techniques. So one is about how to reduce it in a very, there is a systematic desensitization methodology. How to reduce it very gradually, the exposure of screen time, and also it is a screen time is being withdrawn from them, but what has been used in that time? They need to be, 14 years boy need to go and jump in the sports club, and he cannot be just sitting. He will be become an lazy, and he will become even more pathetic in a forthcoming days. So we need to introduce some games or sports which is physically active, so positively engage them. So you are withdrawing something, the stimulus which is adverse for them, their development, but introducing something very positive is essential to refill it. Making them going to swimming class, or making them to go to something else which is they enjoy. Not go, don't put them into max class which they may not enjoy. Okay, so you have to put them in an appropriate classes
Interest.
where they are able to, where they are able to explore their energy channelized. That is very essential. So it
Okay,
may be dance, it may be
thank you.
something which they enjoy.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we understand. Yes.
Yeah.
Professor Dr. Jagtap, please speak.
Yes. So I have one question, or as per my experience, I think music also plays important role in the childhood, because in our Maharashtra, in the any festival they are using the DJ by
Ah,
raising the sound decibel above 100, and which
yeah.
is not feasible for year. And I just observe those those who are listening the very fast songs and like DJ, so they are not you can say they are not doing well in the academic also, even though they are not listening to the parents, because they are listening that particular high speed songs and high volume decibel and pitch songs. So uh, my question is that whether music is also plays important role or not. Means I'm just uh, by observation, this is my opinion, but please clarify me.
I am not an expert when it comes to music and the behavior because I have not done any research, but I have gone through some of the researches. And as you are saying, it is very essential. If modeling is taking place, any kind of an hyper thing, overdoing will definitely result like that only.
Yes.
So I absolutely agree with the point that they have been exposed at a very early age of all this. Even it is very, very culturally accepted to, when during Holi, people use bong and then they dance. It is very much accepted in that
Yes,
age.
yes.
So we need to really take care of that as an essential aspect, and when it comes to you know um, so we need to take care of that essentially when you are actually into the early ages. So not exposing them to that kind of a risky behavior is very essential at early ages.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Uh, Dr. Jagtap just is speaking. He's
Yes.
a student, PhD student of our principal, sir, and he's a good musician. He's a master in flute and national and international level. Just for information.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. The flute is very soothing, and music behaves and alters the behavior. There is a lot of researches there, and even in the child in the womb are actually responding to the music, especially the veena, especially the flute, the instruments they are responding has been a lot of studies are there. Definitely, the harmful anything which is no over the decimal points, which is going to definitely actually affect them.
Yes,
Yes, madam. Thank you.
yes.
Thank you, sir.
So just we conclude this session. So ma'am, you deliver a very good lecture. We understand the Bandura model of parenting, very good, and which parenting style is useful in the new era. Also, we understand the how to promoting well-being in the parenting. Do's and don'ts about the parenting. Yes, that is a very good example you explain in your lecture, and how to prevent, how to get prevention. That is also a good and key point you just deliver the positive about the positive parenting. That is also good. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Uh, then we move the for second session. Yes, sir. Ambudari, sir.
Value the people who are present here and their time on the Sunday evening. And it is a great experience for me to share few of the points of positive parenting. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thank you so
Very good
much.
lectures. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dr. Jagtap, you are here?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes,
I'm
no?
here.
Yes, that's the second session is very interesting.
Yes.
Also very interesting. Dr. Abhijit?
Hello. Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, sir. Dr. Abhijit is here. Yes. Uh, in the second session, uh, our esteemed guest, Dr. Abhijit, I just introduced Dr. Abhijit. Dr. Abhijit Pandit he's a assistant professor, MDI, uh, Murshidabad, West Bengal. And his topic is the effectiveness of music therapy on positive psychology. Sir has been awarded MSc, MBA, PhD in marketing. He has more than 19 years of full-time teaching experience along with 12 years postgraduate and PhD experience. He has actively participated in more than 15 workshops, faculty development, we say FDP, and also he is engaged in research work, presenting research papers. He is working, he's a writer of 11 books and 5 books chapter as a co-author. He's engaged in teaching for PhD students, postgraduate students in MDI, Murshidabad, ICFAI University Tripura, Amity University Kolkata, West Bengal, Health University. Uh, I request to Dr. Abhijit sir, please guide us. Thank you. Thank you very much. So
Thank you.
Over to Dr. Abhijit.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Jayan Nambudiri. Thank you, Anand sir, for the introduction. So first of all, I thank the entire team to provide me such a wonderful opportunity to present my thoughts on the topic effectiveness of music therapy on positive psychology. So since this topic I think is not only applicable for any particular age group, this one is equally important in the lives of all types of persons irrespective of gender, age, occupation, profession, etc. So I think we should try to make this session a bit interactive. So if possible, my request to all of you, if you can have one cup and one spoon, if you can arrange, so it will be helpful. Like we can have an activity where we'll jointly do something with the cup and spoon. If you can arrange it, please get it with you. So we'll pause for some time. If a simple thing, a cup and spoon, if you can get it from your kitchen, please keep it with you, and we can do something together. So let us proceed with the introduction of the topic. So we need to know what is music.
Abhijit sir,
Yes, sir.
one help me need. Due to heavy rain, I am not able to hear the properly. So when the next slide, just raise your hand.
Okay. Yes, sir. I'll just. Okay. So what is music? So music, you can see that it's a collection of 3 terms: Geetam, Bhadyam, and Rittam. Means singing, instrumentation, and dancing. So it's a collection of all these 3 terms. Together we call it as Sangeeta. So out of all of them, the most predominant one is Geetam, means singing aspect. So from that we like from Geet, we call it Sangeet. So Geet is singing. So out of these 3 components, the Geet aspect is most predominant, and we call this collection of these 3 singing, dancing, and instrumentation as Sangeeta or Sangeet. So who is the pioneer? Like this particular topic, we can see Pandit Shashank Katti. So he is the pioneer in music therapy in India. So he's a very noted like person. So you can go through his contributions from the various websites which are available. So we can also go through some sort of studies which are done not only in India, even throughout the world, on the effects of music to relieve various sorts of mental and physical problems which people face in their life. So you can have a look at the various types of values which music inculcate. So you can have a look at the 9 values, core values, which music spreads in the life of people. Like it can be aesthetic value, it can be religious value, it can be spiritual value, social value, historical value, symbolic value, emotive value, and so on. So you can have a discussion of what are these what are the 31 constituents of these 9 core values. So the next slide, please. So in that we can have a categorization of these 9 core values and the components, and the out of these 9 values we can go through the subcomponents of these 9 values. Like in the next slide you can find in the aesthetic value you are dealing with harmony, design, symmetry, restraint, precision, order, and newness. Okay, in the next slide, sir, you can see that ingenious value we have got wisdom.
Next slides are not visible. Sorry, sir. Sorry for interrupting.
Okay. So this particular slide, you have gone through the next slide. So that is, please wait for the change of the slide. So you have just now discussed that there are 9 core values, culture, which are actually, inculcated through the music therapy aspect. So we are going toward the 31 subcomponents of these 9 core components of music therapy. So we are waiting for the change of slide. So there's a table where you can understand what are the 31 constituent values which are categorized under the 9 main values.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Dr. Jain sir had asked you to raise hand. You have to
Okay.
change this.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Fine. Thank you, sir. So we have got these 9 core values. And now the next slide, I'm going to show the subcomponents of these 31, the 31 subcomponents of these 9, core values of music therapy. Okay, so the next slide we are going to see. Okay, yeah, thank you, sir. So you can have a look at it. So these are the effects of music therapy in the life of human beings. So we are actually inculcating this particular, values, with the help of this particular aspect. Now, I need to show you a particular, model which can be developed, it's a hypothetical model which has been, proposed by me. So with the help of which I'm going to connect the various types of, aspects like, coping, interpersonal relationship, and stress. So these three can be connected with the help of a proposed model. So that is in the following slides. We are going to see that. Yes, so these are some sort of, relevant literature review on the aspect of utilization of music therapy in dealing with the various, issues in the lives of human beings. So these are the various types of, disorders which people, the occupational stress, which can lead to chronic fatigue, back pain, heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, etc., which can be successfully, tackled with the help of music therapy. So even some sort of other, disorders can be depressive disorder, sleep disorder, anger, anxiety disorder, etc., can be monitored, with the help of the music therapy skills or techniques. So in this regard, we are going to propose a model. So the model is a just hypothetical model. So we can connect three aspects. One is, the level of stress in the patients, the level of coping, and the relationship between two or more human beings. So that is there in the next model. So that is proposed by me. So I done some research work on some sort of, students. Okay, and with the help of that, I identified that there can be some sort of interrelationship between the various. Yes, this is the model which I was talking of. Like, please have a look at it. So this particular model can be further refined based on the requirements of the study. So here we can see that there are certain demographic parameters which I have identified: age, gender, location, income, qualification, profession of the respondents. So they can affect the study. They are actually considered to be the moderators of the study. So in this, we find that the level of stress can be the independent parameter. So, and the relationship level, so interpersonal relationship, so that is the dependent parameter. So there is one more thing, coping aspect. Okay, so coping with the help of music. So how can you combat the level of stress and can enhance the interpersonal relationship? So that coping, this particular parameter is considered to be a mediating parameter. So in this, we find stress level is the independent parameter. There are different components of stress, which I identified as stress 1, stress 2, stress 3. We found that the relationship level also, we have identified some components based on the existing literature review. And the level of coping also, we have identified 2 components of the coping level. So the stress considered to be the independent parameter, the relationship level is the dependent parameter, and coping level is the mediating parameter. And we find that the various demographic parameters like age, gender, location, income, qualification, and profession, they are acting as the moderators of the study. So this is just a hypothetical model which can be further refined as per the requirement of the study. So next slide, please. So what is music therapy? So as per American Music Therapy Association in 2009, so music therapy is the clinical and evidence-based use of music interventions to accomplish individualized goals within therapeutic relation by credentialized professional who has completed an approved music therapy program. So you can understand that if you want to become a music therapist, you need to have expertise. You need to be trained. You need to be a professional in that aspect. And your objective is to utilize music as a tool to identify the various types of problems which human beings face in their life and simultaneously provide appropriate solution to tackle those problems. So next slide, please. So what do music therapists do? So we'll have it in the next slide. So music therapists, they assess the strengths and weaknesses in various areas. It can be affective, emotional, behavioral responses, physical health, social functioning, communication abilities, and cognitive skills. And as per the problem of the respondent, so the music therapists, they design some sessions, music sessions for individuals, or it can be for groups based on the client needs, using using music as a tool. Okay, so they have interventions like music improvisation, receptive music listening, songwriting, lyric discussion, music and imaginary, music performance, learning through music, and also participating in interdisciplinary, treatment planning, ongoing evaluation, and follow-up and discharge planning. So these are, in a nutshell, the various activities which music therapists do in order to bring some changes in the life of the people who actually need some solution with the help of music therapy. So these are some next, we are going to address why we need music therapy. Okay, what are the advantages of music therapy compared to the other tools, the popular tools which are available to bring solution to the lives of people. So next slide, please, sir. So the objectives of music therapy, you can see they promote wellness, they can manage stress, they can, reduce the level of pain, they can help the people to express their feelings. Also, the level of memory can be enhanced with the help of music therapy. Communication level, the the communication one-way, two-way, multi-way communication skill, that can be also improved. Helping, getting relief from some sort of, physical problems. Improve socialization, can help people to intermingle with others, and also enhance the educational objectives. So these are some, in nutshell, the various, core, goals, vision, mission of implementation of music therapy. So what are the problems, which people, what are the misconceptions like which generally people have regarding music therapy? Okay, so some people feel that certain types of music are more therapeutic than other, and any type of music can be suitable for changing the life of the patient or the client. So that may not be appropriate. So as per, the specific requirement of the client, so we might propose a specific, tool for solution of the problem. So it can be that, which a particular tool which is individualized tool which is applicable only for a one particular client, which may not be simulated in case of other clients. So any type of music or any style of music is not universally applicable for all types of clients or patients. Okay, so next slide, please. So who can get benefit from music therapy? So we can go to the next slide. So we can we can provide benefit to the children of any age group, adolescent, adult, elderly people who are having some sort of, mental health needs. It can be people who have some sort of learning disabilities. So music therapy can help to learn, to overcome the problem in terms of learning ability. Also, individuals with Alzheimer's disease and other age-related condition, they might get benefit through music therapy. And also substance abuse problems also, to some extent, they can be, the issue can be addressed with the help of music therapy. Like any sort of, physical disability, some sort of injuries, brain injury or any disability, I don't know how effective it will be, but it can be, research whether we can use it as a tool to bring down some sort of, the level of, discomfort in the people having all these physical, disabilities or injuries. And acute and chronic pain also, like maybe, the labor pain. So to some extent, I don't know how much is it research. So we can think over it. So we can use it as a technique to bring down the pain of the people who are having serious, consequences, or individuals who are terminally ill. We can use it as an effective tool. But these are all time-tested things. So as I told you earlier, that a particular technique which is applicable for one particular client or patient may not be applicable for others. So it should be mostly individualized attention and care, which the music therapists need to give to individual clients to provide the best possible solution to the life of the client. So we can take help of various instrument like musical instruments. So they are very much useful in music therapy sessions. They are considered to be having some sort of power, to like the power of sound. Okay, like we can use it as an effective and efficient tool to bring relief in the life of people. So musical instruments definitely take a very important, prominent role in the particular technique of music therapists, and that might provide some sort of success in the session of the music therapist. So it can be a simple instrument like a guitar or a keyboard, okay, or a mouth organ. So whichever we can have it with us. So it can be, as I was telling right now, a cup and spoon. Okay, so that also we can use it as an effective tool to for the music therapy sessions. So like next we are going to discuss some sort of, we are just having like a very limited time, so we are going to just see some sort of musical instruments which can be suitable for music therapy sessions. So one by one. So next slide, sir, please. So we can have handheld percussion device. So out of that we have got melody. We have got one instrument we can have it in the slide. The next slide, please, sir. So these particular musical instruments are known to produce some sort of rhythm and beat, and that if can be can definitely help and to enhance the various types of like problems, like you can see they can help them to get some sort of like there are problems with sensory and motor aspects, so that all can be addressed to some extent. Okay, so gross motor skill practice, so that can be enhanced with the help of these particular rhythmic instruments. So handheld percussion is like in particular instrument which is available in the next slide. So that can be considered to be an effective tool for providing some sort of relief to the patients. Next one, this is called boom whacker. So that is the next slide. You can see the diagram of it. The name of the instrument is boom whacker. So next slide, please. Yes, this is boom whacker. Okay, so now we are going to the next instrument called melodica. So some people like use a harmonium. So where there's a thing called bellow which we actually use with our hand. So in melodica we have to blow, okay, through our mouth. Okay, so with that we can produce sound, and we can, there are some reeds also we can produce musical tone or tune out of it with the, and also but one thing is for sure you have to blow air through the particular pipe, then only we can get the sound. So we can use it as a tool. We can provide relief in the life of the patients and the clients. So we can have a very simple instrument called maracas, the next one. Very easily accessible instrument for many children and adults. So this particular instrument is applicable, okay, like for any sort of age group, and very readily available, not very costly, can be easily purchased. And this can also help people to improve their lifestyle, to get some sort of like what I say, the rhythm in their life. So can be obtained with the help of the particular sound which comes out from maracas. So the beats and all, so which we get out of it. So the rhythmic patterns, so that can be definitely utilized to improve the pattern of life of these particular patients or clients. And this particular instrument can easily get connected with people of any age group. The next one is also very simple one, easily available. That is called tambourine. We can have any other instrument also. Like these are not the only instruments which are utilized for music therapy. We can take any instrument which are even available at any part of the world. So if you take our Indian villages, there are a lot of instruments which are locally designed, and they are very popular in the local community. So that also can be utilized and can be effectively utilized for music therapy sessions. So next one, so next slide, please. We are going towards tambourine. Then after that, we have got drums. So we can have a look at it. So one by one. And then we have got guitars and ukuleles. So these are all, and piano finally. So now we'll go through the slides, okay, where we can have a look at the instruments which are very popular throughout the world. So can we have the next slides, please? Okay, so we had maracas. Then after that, we have got tambourine. Okay, next slide, please, sir. Then the drums. Then you have got guitar and ukuleles and piano. Okay, now after all this, we can have a small, interactive session where you will be shown some South Indian musical instruments. And I request the participants kindly, name some of them. If you can recognize some musical instrument, you just unmute yourself and say which one is the instrument which we have identified. You have to say from the position, which side of the screen is it. Okay, top right, top left, middle one, like this. You have to identify and name the musical instrument. So now we are moving towards the South Indian musical instruments. Sir, please change the slides. Yes, so we are now having just the musical instruments which we have discussed. So these are mostly popular throughout the world. Now we are exclusively dealing with the instruments which are very popular in our country. So first we'll start with the South Indian musical instruments. Yes, so please, the moment you see this particular slide based on South Indian musical instruments, kindly, take some time and identify some musical instruments which you can recognize in this particular slide. So kindly unmute yourself and you identify the musical instrument and also mention which position of the slide this particular musical instrument is visible. So the next slide, we are going to see South Indian musical instruments. Then we'll have the North Indian musical instruments.
Guitar.
Okay, so the next
Except
slide,
guitar.
please. Yes, the next one, please. No, we are going to come towards this, the next slide, please. After this slide, after piano, we'll have the South Indian musical instruments. Yes, so the next slide, please. Yes, the next one, sir, please. Yes. Now, please have participants, please have a look at this slide and kindly unmute yourself and recognize the musical instruments one by one, as many as possible. And you have to mention which position of the screen you can see this musical instrument.
Sitar and the
Which
lower
position?
left.
Ma'am, please tell
lower
your
left.
name if you can kindly
Sir,
tell
I'm
your name.
Nilima.
Okay,
Myself,
ma'am, Nilika,
Nilima.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sitar at the lower bottom,
Lower right, is it bottom right, ma'am?
bottom left to your screen.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, thank you, ma'am.
And
Any
then
other musical instrument you have
This is
identified?
Radhika. This is
Yes,
Veena.
ma'am.
Radhika Gattam.
Radhika, ma'am.
The
Yes, ma'am.
lower, the lower
Yes,
end is Gattam. And
Ghatam, yes,
Veena
ma'am.
on the top of the Gattam.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Yes,
Excuse
anyone
me.
else?
Excuse me.
In second row. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Actually, there is South Indian musical instruments, but there are so many instruments which is not Indian. Like upper row, there is a trumpet, trambo, then there is a clarinet is not Indian, the harmonium is also not Indian. So there are some instruments which is not Indian.
Okay, but we find recent utilization of these instruments in South Indian musical culture. Okay, so it might have been adapted from the rest of the world, and to some extent they are having some sort of utility in South Indian musical performance. That is what I have found, sir. Okay, maybe I am not fully right. Okay, so any other instrument which is exclusively South Indian musical instrument?
So this is Neelima again.
Yes, ma'am.
Veena is there.
Veena,
Lower
which
left.
position, ma'am?
Just above the pot.
Above the pot, yes, okay, just above ghatam, yes.
There are
Thank you
only
very
two, that is one is ghatam and another is a veena.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Rest
So,
of other are not South Indian musical instruments.
Sir,
okay, so
below the harmonium, I think this
yes, ma'am.
Nadaswaram.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very
Nadaswaram,
much.
which is
Yes.
being used for the music.
Okay,
like
okay. Thank you, ma'am. Any more? Can you identify?
So Neelima again.
Yes, ma'am.
Mridangam above the Veena.
Mridangam. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Mridangam on the, I think on the top right, somewhere near the top right. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And just beside that is tabla.
There is
Tabla.
no mridangam, sir. Sorry, sir. Sorry,
Okay.
there is a dholak, not mridangam.
Okay. I may be not fully right, but yes, this I got from some authentic source. So most likely it appeared to be Mridangam, sir. Okay. So let us move on to the next slide, where, sir, next slide, please, where we have got Kerala music, temple musical instruments. So exclusively used in Kerala. So next slide, please. So can anyone name any of these musical instruments? If you are from Kerala. Yes, ma'am, please, which position you tell me? Which position is it?
Yeah, left side.
Yes, ma'am.
Left side top chanda.
Okay, ma'am.
And the third one, again top udka.
Okay, ma'am.
Then again the other one is mridangam.
Okay, ma'am. Oh, this is the actual mridangam. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And the bottom right side corner, again it's udka, especially for some celebration they use this udka, and this is for to sing a bhajan. Top udka is for bhajan and the bottom is for some celebration purpose they use. Some otang thodlal kali, something like that they use this. And again extreme bottom is nadashwaram.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah, top. Okay, fine.
Next slide, please, sir. So next we are dealing with North Indian musical instruments. Next slide. Yes, so I think the names are already there on the screen. So now the next slide, please. So now I want to share one video of which I actually implemented. I find that this particular song in Bengali, from Mahalaya. So there is a particular program which is very popular during Durga Puja called Mahalaya Mahishasur Mardini. So from that, I have found a song which is considered to be something which has given a lot of benefit in my life. So the song is Tabu Achinto. It's something like Vandana, some sort of worship of goddess Durga. So I have shared one video with sir. Sir, can you please show share the video with the participants? If you can play the video, sir. The name of the video song is Tabu Achinto. Just one few 2-3 minutes if you can play. Okay, now we are moving towards maybe the video will be played afterwards. So let us move on to the next aspect of we are dealing with singing, we are dealing with instrumentation, and now we are talking of dance. And in this, I need to tell you that dance movement therapy is one of the very popular tool which is used by the music therapists to bring a lot of changes in the life of the respondents. So next, please. So it's actually referring to the simple as movement of body parts. Okay, so in rhythm, so they are mostly like suitable for getting some sort of targets, emotional, cognitive, physical, and social integration. So these are the various objectives of using this particular therapeutic tool, beneficial for both physical and mental disorders, and they can to some extent can relieve the level of stress, and also help us to prevent some sort of diseases and manage our mood. In addition, DMT, dance movement therapy, physical component offers increased muscular strength, coordination, mobility, and decreased muscular tension. So these are applicable for age group, mostly suitable for children, for teenage people, adults, but may not be that much suitable for the old people, because they may not find it comfortable for them for to use this tool. And in general, dance helps us to express our feelings in a better manner, provides us self-esteem, and also some sort of opportunity to express what we are actually. So next slide, please. So what is the general objective of using this particular dance movement therapy has been discussed. So they help people to improve their body image and self-esteem. So they actually, it's a tool for expression, self-expression. Okay, to make people aware of what they are actually are. Okay, so it was, the idea is that, but in one very important aspect is motion. Okay, motion of the various parts of the body in a synchronized manner. Okay, and also in the process we are able to connect our mind along with the movement of the body. So mental, physical, emotional, and also to some extent we can connect ourselves in the social hub also. So as we know that we health is if you want to make a person healthy, we have to take into account the mental health, physical health, and social health. So I find that this particular tool can help you to get all sorts of health aspect, mental, social, physical, as well as spiritual, what sort you can think of. So can be attained with the help of dance movement therapy sessions. And how effective is dance therapy? So let us have a look at it. So there are various research which are already taken in this particular domain. So we can have in a nutshell, we can see that they can be utilized autism spectrum, to some extent it can be suitable in dementia. In case of people who are having aggressive behavior, okay, like anger management, okay, it can relieve the level of stress, it can make a person come out of the depression, etc., etc. And also you can see obesity, it can, if properly utilized, it can reduce the level of obesity in respondents and help the person lead a better life. Now, next we are talking of the various types of dance forms in our country as well as in the rest of the world. Yes. Any question, please ask. Okay. So now we are moving towards Indian dance. Okay. The next slide, please. Again, it's a form of quiz. Like we can we can have a quiz type. We can unmute yourself and identify as many dance forms you can. And these are all Indian dance forms. Please, go to the next slide. So next slide, please. I want you to recognize some dance forms, if you can. Please unmute yourself. Please kindly tell your name.
Kathak.
Sir,
Kathak.
can you say which position of the screen? Okay.
Kathak, Dr. Anand Ghorpade. Kathak.
Thank you, sir. And can you say which one is it and which position of the slide have you identified Kathak?
Kathak in the second position.
Second from left to right. Okay. Kathak.
Yes,
okay.
Kathak.
Okay, from the top, if as you move from left to right, the second one. Thank you very much, sir.
Lavani is there, but I think Lavani from Maharashtra.
Okay. Which one, sir? Which position?
That is first one.
First one. Okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, any other dance form have you recognized?
So Nilima Tota here.
Yes, ma'am.
Bharatanatyam, the
which
center, first row, center.
First row, central one. Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much,
And
ma'am.
the right also looks similar. I am not sure. The white sari, first row, right corner.
Okay, so we'll wait for other respondents to identify that.
Yes.
Can anyone else identify any other dance form?
Manipuri, the second row, second one.
The middle one, ma'am. Is it the middle one?
Manipuri.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes.
And the last one.
Kathakali.
Okay, fine.
Kathakali.
Kathakali. Which one? Kathakali.
Left bottom corner.
Yes. Thank you very much. Please tell your names.
Dr. Sabi.
Thank you very much, sir. I think we have recognized all the dance forms. Anything left?
The Neelima here, the
Yes, ma'am.
top left, the first row left, I feel it is Odissi.
Yes, ma'am. Very right, ma'am.
Kuchipudi.
Okay, so can we move on to the next? Is there any other respondent who wants to try any other dance form?
No, sir, just give the name, proper name, then we understand.
Okay.
I
thank you.
am not sure, but first, second row, blue shari.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Look like a garba position.
Yes, you're right, sir.
Okay.
I think we have identified all the dance forms, Indian dances. Now we'll move on to the next slide where we'll discuss, we'll have some sort of, glimpse of the various types of, dance forms which are available throughout the world, like ballet, ballroom, contemporary, hip hop, jazz, top dance, folk dance, Irish dance, modern dance, swing dance. There may be a lot more. I've just taken this first 10. Now a glimpse of these various dance forms, ballet dance.
Zumba. All the Western estaba antes. Ball dance, ram dance, ballet.
Hotspot.
Hello. Please, ask any question do you have? Okay, the next dance form, please. Sir, please change the slide. Ballroom dance. Next one, sir, please. Contemporary. Yeah, next one. Hip hop dance. Jazz.
Dance.
Next, tap dancing. Folk dance. Irish dance. Modern dance form. Swing also. So these are the popular one. Now the next one, which I think I have devised one tool. So in case you have any sort of problem, so as I was talking right now, if you can get one teaspoon and a cup, if you can get it, we can use this technique to relieve the level of stress. So we can arrange, we can take 7 such cups like this. We can fill the water at different positions, and we can see whether the sound which comes in the particular sequence, Sare, Gama, Padhani, as say in our Indian music. Okay, so and then we get the octave, so and then we can put some sort of paper. We can take some paper. We can write some worries, whatever problems which you are having in our life. We can make 7 such papers. We can write all the worries which you are having, whether at the individual level or family level. We put those things in those cups, and you play, make some musical rhythm with the help of the spoon. Okay, and Saregama Padhani, and you just people, then we can have, people, with family. We can sit on the table. We can play the particular mouth organ, and then we can have a cup of. We can throw away the pieces of paper. We can assume that your worries are actually you have got rid of your worries, and then clean the cups, and then again have, now you can pour hot water. You can prepare your tea or coffee. So this way we can utilize, this particular session, very simple exercise which can be done in our home, just to bring down our level of stress. We can forget our worries for the time being, and we can have some positive vibe in all of us. So, and it's expected that please have this tea or coffee with all the members in the family, and just like we have our lunch or supper together. So if you can have this also together, and also carry out this very simple musical activity, it can definitely bring some sort of relief in your life. We can get some sort of benefit out of it. So, and that is what I think has been a very successful. I have suggested this particular technique to some of my friends, to the students, which I teach. So even they found that this particular activity has done some sort of benefit in their life. And if you can carry out on a regular basis, definitely we will we'll get benefit in the long run. So next slide, please, sir. So now I have done some sort of research on this aspect, like what are the benefits of this particular technique. So these particular instruments are like teapot, very common tool which we have in our house. Mouth organ can be easily purchased. Harmonica can be easily purchased. So they can be easily available in our home. So these particular instruments, they introduce clients to the teapot and mouth organ, allowing them to explore the sound and physical sensation of playing these instruments. So we encourage them to play this together. So right now, if you can help me, help in one activity, like you have your cup and spoon. So when I say, when you can do all of, when I just raise my thumb, all of you please, just produce the musical sound together. If you can do it, then you'll hear a very loud sound in synchronous manner. So are you ready to do that? If you are ready, so I will just raise my thumb. So you just unmute yourself. You just ring, you just hit the spoon on the particular cup which you have got. So I think you have got the cup and spoon. If you have it, please do it. So can I do this exercise? Just it will take 1 minute. Am I allowed to do? So please, have your, and please unmute yourself. When I raise my thumb, we'll hear a loud sound. Okay, so everyone will, the moment I raise the thumb, please ring the, make the sound. Okay, you just, take the spoon, you ring, make a ringing sound with the, and hit the cup, and you just produce the ringing sound. Is it okay? So can we do this exercise? So kindly unmute yourself if you can do it right now. The moment I raise the thumb, can we try once? Are you ready? Please tell. If you are ready, please tell.
Yes, sir.
So all of you are ready? So I will raise my thumb. Okay, it's a positive vibe. Okay, it's some sign of positivity. The moment I do it, please unmute yourself and produce the ringing sound. So will I start? Okay, so my thumb is raised. Can you ring? We are not hearing any sound. Is it possible to produce the sound? Thank you. So can it be done? Can it be louder? Can other respondents also try? So we can carry out this activity on a large scale. If it's an offline session, this could have been an excellent session. So where we could have heard a very loud sound, which would have been in a synchronized manner. So this particular activity will definitely help us, the people who are in this activity to get relief from various stress which they have. And when you are using the mouth organ, we are actually you are able to control your breath. Okay, breath control and regulation. So, and it is actually helping you to have some sort of control in your breathing movements. Okay, so and a lot of other activities can be indirectly affected with this particular simple exercise. Next slide, please, sir. And also you are able to express, your feelings, expressive communication, helping in motor skill development, and also improvisation and creativity. So you can make some other creative activities just on this simple activity. You can have a different version of this particular exercise, and that can also be a lot more engaging, lot more interesting for the participants. They might have a positive vibe out of it, and you might take away something that you might have done some sort of value addition in the life of the people. So with the help of very simple musical activity. Next slide, please, sir. Now we are discussing some Bollywood songs. Okay, and not only Bollywood songs, we are discussing some songs from the rest of the world. So what are the various positive psychology aspects which these particular songs can give in our lives? Okay, so let us discuss these one by one, and if time permits, we'll just go through those songs. Okay, we'll have a glimpse, and if you want to discuss something, so we can do it. So we all of us watch movies. All of us are fond of music. So I have taken a very specific some examples which can be effectively and efficiently utilized by the music therapist and can help you to develop the positive vibe and enhance the positive psychology aspect. Like if you take an example, like I have explained the meaning of each and every term. Like gratitude is a very important aspect in positive psychology. Resilience, ability to combat the various hardships which you are having, and ability to bounce back, okay, from adverse situation, that is very important. Optimism, having all sorts of positive thing, you are always talking about good things in life. Love and connection, social acceptance, So let us have a discussion or just some examples of Bollywood song and Hollywood song which can give you that particular feeling. If you go through like gratitude, Ajib Dasta, hey, yeah, you can learn. If you go through the song, you can learn about gratitude, resilience. ये मेरे वतन के लोगों. So by legendary Lata Mangeshkar. So that song really helps you to bounce back in life. Optimism, आने वाला पल जाने वाला है, from the movie Golmaal, very popular song amongst the Indians. Like Love and Connection, from very popular, movie Sholay. ये दोस्ती हमने ही तोड़ेंगे. So help you to develop bonding with others and acceptance. खुद को क्या समझती है. So these are all from the movie Khilona. So very much popular music for helping you to give you the social acceptance. Same way we have got identified some Hollywood songs in this particular aspect. So there are other aspects of positive psychology. So next slide, please, sir. So here we are talking of the other aspects of positive psychology like mindfulness, strength and empowerment, gratitude for others, gratitude for nature, forgiveness, respect for diversity. So we have very similar songs also from Bollywood and Hollywood. Like you can see for mindfulness, we have got Musafiru Yaro from the movie Parichai. Same thing, similar type of feeling you'll get if you go through the Hollywood song Breathe Me by Sia. Like this, if you go through, if you want to build up strength and empowerment, which gives the positive vibe, you can go through a song from the Swades film, that is Ye Jo Desh Hai Mera, very popular song. And similar song in Hollywood movie, like you can see Roar by Katy Perry and so on. So there are other similar category of songs like for gratitude for nature, Ye Tera Ghar Mera Ghar, this one is there. For forgiveness, O Duniya Ke Rakhwale, you have that particular song gives you this positive vibe about forgiveness. Okay, and so on. And diversity, Mere Desh Ki Dharti, from the film Upkar. So very popular song. So will help you to get this positive psychology aspect called diversity. So same thing, the similar type of feeling you'll get if you go through the song called We Are the World by USA for Africa. So that one also gives you that feeling that respect for the various types of diverse, like diversity in the human race, diversity of nature. So for that also we have a similar song. So next slide, please, sir. Now this particular presentation going to end. So if time permits, so if can we have a few glimpse of these particular songs. So I have shared, sir. If can you share this particular video, can you show it to the participants, this song, and then we can have a discussion on this aspect. So what are the key takeaway from this particular Bollywood song? Can it be played? Jayan sir, is there any scope to play this song?
VLC media.
There are other songs also which I have taken. Okay, I think there's maybe some technical glitch. So let us, have quickly wrap up the session. Like, we have I've identified some songs from the Bollywood. And what are the key takeaway from this song? Like if you go through the song called Bam Bam Bole, Mastik Mein Dole. So very popular song of, Amir Khan. So we can understand if you play these, song, if you have a group of respondents, participants with you, maybe the children. So what key takeaways from this song will be there? So what positive psychology aspects will be covered by this song? Like this particular song is going to definitely provide joy, mindfulness, celebration of life. So if the video would have been played, we could have understood that the people, in the classroom. Okay, so this particular, song you can see here, Amir Khan is acting like a teacher. Okay, and in front of him, he has got a group of students who are not able to, get the best of their school life. So he is actually teaching them how to become happy, even after having so much of stress in their school life. And mindfulness, from the lyrics of the song, along with the catchy rhythm, encouraging the students to take their life free from stress and be very happy with whatever they are having in their life, to get the best out of the resources which are available to them. and also suggesting the students to letting go their worries and embracing the spirit of fun and spontaneity. And this song also talks of celebrate your life. You have got a lifetime, which you have to spend in such a way that every day is your best day. And it should be, and you should tackle everything with laughter and fun and frolic. Okay, whatever comes in your path, you should not forget to be happy in your life. And also try to enhance the overall well-being and fostering a positive outlook on life. So next slide, please, sir. And now this is one foreign song, like very legendary Michael Jackson. So the song which I needed to show that is black or white. So if the song would have been played, you would have identified that through this song, we are actually trying to, we are respecting the world, culture, various types of, cultural aspects of the world. The various dance forms, the various forms of music which are applicable throughout the world has very nicely been portrayed by this song. Okay, so that you could have gone through. So he's celebrating the unity in diversity. He's highlighting the richness of the world, heritage, world culture. And also, whatever be your race, whatever be your caste, creed, everyone is same. Whether you're black or white, doesn't matter. Your main thing is you have to enjoy your life. You have to get the best out of life. You are united. We are all united. Okay, unity is in diversity. So that is the key motto of this particular song, and which has universal acceptance throughout the world. And acceptance, definitely, as I told you, any type of person, in the world. Okay, like whether it's the person is rich or poor, like good looking or bad looking, or maybe educated, uneducated, whatever be the caste, creed, irrespective of that, everyone is same. So we have to give respect to the diverse, diversity in the world, and all types of background, all sides of culture, they must be given due recognition, due respect. And also you have to safeguard our world, our environment. These are all the key takeaway from this particular song, which are all actually talking about positive vibe, positive psychology. So next slide, please, sir. And these are few of the papers which I have gone through for making this particular material. So next slide, please, sir. So next slide. And thank you very much. So we have come towards the end of the presentation. Thank you once again for such a wonderful opportunity which has been provided by Mindcraft, Dr. Jayan sir and Jayan sir's team. Everyone, I'm thanking all the participants in this particular August gathering, and very sorry that I have taken a part of a bit of your busy schedule and the of your Sunday weekend. So sorry for that, but I think I have provided some sort of value addition in your life. If this can be incorporated to some extent, we might get benefit out of it, and you might encourage others to also take help of these particular therapeutic sessions, and also explore more what is there in music therapy, what can be done to bring some changes in the life of people, and what are the various developments which are taking place throughout the world in this particular aspect, and how can that be an alternative tool for the clinical psychotherapists and all practitioners, etc. Thank you very much.
Sir, can I play the video?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
one second.
Sir, can you play the black or white Michael Jackson? So
Okay.
since don't have much time, so only that video, I think that should be the last video. And if you have any query on this, what I was actually talking of, if you have anything, you can ask me. So why this particular video can be considered as an effective tool in music therapy session?